Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the third game of my Bloodstorm tournament here in Eindhoven. We're playing Stormcast with the Sentinels of the Bleak Citadels with Primal Energy. Celestian Prime leading Lord Terminals with Quicksilver Draft and Shock and Awe, which I'm actually quite excited about by now. Reclusions that are reinforced, long strikes reinforced, Paladors with Javelins, and a Knight Arcanum with 2 units of Soulsworn. So that's quite a list of different things, quite a lead to be honest. So this is the list in all its painted glory. I have a nice dragon for the Gnashing Jaws, I have an old model for the Burning Head to be honest, and the rest of the army. So I did get selected for Player's Choice, and I also did in the end win the Best Painted Award, first time in my life. It felt really great. It was nice to see a painted army just win this award. It felt nice. Third game. So, what are we playing? We are playing shifting objectives. I don't like shifting objectives because it's basically push your army in the middle. And the downside, I think, of the mission is that these are just too close to each other. Like if you're on the middle one and you're a slow force, you can still make it to either of these other ones. I'm playing my Stormcast. I am playing against a good friend of mine who is playing OBR with Catacross, with what are these guys called? They're the cavalry. Mortec Crawler, Morghast Agai, Immortus Guard, and a wizard in the back. So, my opponent, he put his army down in the place where you can see it, and then I got first turn. He gave me first turn. I had my Prime on the flank, I had my Vanguard Paladors off of the picture. This is the third game. You have to give me some slack because, I mean, third game I was a bit exhausted. The Vanguard Paladors are off the table. There's a tower here, a bit similar to this one, just over there. So they're over there. Knight Arcanum, and by now I also have these guys on the table. Am I missing anything? Quest of Soulsworn. One unit of Quest of Soulsworn was here. Out of range, out of conceivable range of any of his troops. So I tried to stay away from him, and then actually first turn I gave him this block to go into. So I was being a bit of a dummy. Like I was thinking, okay, first turn of the game, I don't have to give him anything. He deployed really way back, so he can't really reach that much. Probably he can reach something like the center or something silly with Catacross where you can actually run him with +2 movement and he can suddenly move 12 inches. Together with these guys as well or something. I don't know. Maybe he can seize the center. So what I should have done, what I didn't do, is just take the flanks with my Prime and the Vanguard Paladors. Call it a day. What I did do is allow my opponent to just commit to one of my most expensive units and just annihilate that with his army. What my expectation was is that if he would go in with these guys, I would kill a lot of them, and then I maybe could weather the storm, or at least I would have done some crippling damage. Based on my previous games, I was a bit overconfident. So this is a bit later in the game. What happened? He went in with Catacross, he went in with the Akai and the cavalry, and then I smacked actually the cavalry, because my terminals he started to clap on the Akai, did not do any crits, did not do that much damage, and then after I said that I was going to strike him, he said, okay, then I'll do all our defense. Then I thought, well, in that case, I might as well strike the cavalry and kill those. Which I think is a mistake, because I anyways expect most of the damage from the crit models. It was a mistake altogether. Just putting the unit there was a mistake. Because basically now I lost a quarter of my army. My opponent did not lose any valuable resources. I am very spread out. My opponent is centered the way he wants to be. So this is what I made out of it the next turn. There was also a combination of dice that were not going my way, to be honest, because, well, stuff just failed everywhere horribly. I do have a unit of Quest of Soulsworn that I put here in the first turn. So in the previous picture, yeah, basically just here off the board is the Soulsworn. Here on the other side are the Vanguard Paladors. So they are safe for this turn because my opponent cannot reach them. The Quest of Soulsworn are not safe, but they require my opponent to commit a Zakai to them instead of them. That was my big trick. My opponent did not fall for it, and he just left them alone. So that did mean that next turn my Soulsworn could move up and charge into the Crawler. My opponent had spawned the Thoracic cohort there as well. And then, yeah, I just went into the Crawler, cleaned that up, so that was nice. I tried to just distract him with my stuff here. But my opponent is too smart for this, so he didn't really fall for it. And these guys are too mobile anyways. So what happened? I thought, well, okay, these guys are still here right now. This is the turn where I can conceivably try to kill Catacross. If I kill Catacross now, I can still turn around the game. If I don't, it's going to be a bit more difficult. But I will have 2 turns of shooting to do so. So my thought, long strikes are going to deploy, are going to shoot at Catacross. They actually have to be within 12 inches because he's not a monster or anything. So he's just a guarded hero. He has this massive thing. But he's a guarded hero, so you can't shoot him if there's at least one of these guys left over. It's inconceivable. So yeah, that is a thing. Then my idea was that my prime coming from here could go there and then charge Catacross. So I tried also to set up a new unit of Soulsworn, trying to take the land, and did try to charge here, did not make it. I thought, well, then that's that. I think I might have rerolled the charge. I think I had to reroll this charge. And then the prime, I wanted to throw him in after the long strikes did some consequential damage. I even prepared it with Finest Hour. And then the long strikes, they did 1 damage to Catacross. So between the 2 hit roll and the 2 wound roll, I just did 3 wounds to him. He saved 1 and he saved... I didn't even do 3 wounds, I did 2 wounds to him. He saved 1 of them, I think, and he saved a ward save, and then he took 1 wound. Something like that. Then the prime shot, because why not? I needed as much damage as the long strikes. And then I was like, okay, do I really want to charge in this case? Because my plan was, okay, they shoot Catacross for like 6 or 7, prime charges in to a place where the Mortis guard are not in combat, and he is in combat, so if he wants to next turn go in, he has to charge with the Mortis guard. I get my attack back as well, and this round I have my 5 attacks with crit mortals, damage 4, on Catacross, dealing quite some damage, possibly. Prime rolls a 2 for the charge, that I cannot reroll anymore because I already failed the charge over there. So my prime is stuck here, and this is the end of the game basically, because this distance, this was sufficient to make it possible for me to redeploy and be out of range of the Archai. With the prime there, that's no longer the case. So my prime doesn't have the space to redeploy such that I can get away. Yeah, these Archai, they just move up here, they have a 3-inch charge and they can attack the long strikes. They kill the prime, they kill the long strikes, basically game over. I mean, this is just what happens. The long strikes do get away miraculously. Doesn't matter. So I do have a silly unit of Soulsworn that teleported to another way. Because I still afterwards tried to do a battle tactic where I would charge his Bone Shaper wizard. This is a wizard. Just for battle tactic, so I put him away at 9 inches, going like, okay, this is risky, but I have a reroll. My opponent could redeploy, but I put him at 9 of both of these, so I could, and this, so I could charge either way and fine in. So I do make the charge, luckily. I do my 19 attacks with 2+ to hit with all out attack, or maybe that got denied by cut across, but anyways. And 3+ to wound, and I managed to do, I believe I did 4 wounds to the wizard, whilst he has 5. I did manage to do 7 wounds to myself with the ones to hit, because I rolled 7 ones to hit, and he had the marrow pact, so I did 7 mortal wounds on myself. Yep, so sometimes you just have these games. On the other side, on the other hand, my opponent played it out well. I still think his deployment was a mistake because it's too far back. Then again, I do underestimate the mobility of Catacross and Arkai with the +2 move from Catacross. But what battle tactic is he gonna do first turn? He can take the land on this. That's what he can do. Seize the center next turn. Do not waver next turn, probably. Maybe a death one in there. I think battle tactic wise he has some options, but not that much. Yeah, so this should have been a different game. Should not have done this. I should have probably put these guys over here. This makes more sense. Then again, the mobility of these guys, of the Arkai, is just so much compared to Reclusions. It's a world of difference. But I think I should not have played the engagement up to the point where I would not be able to negate it. It goes a bit in line with what I said in a previous video, that I really am still too much focusing on making the points and not going for underdog. I should have gone for underdog, I think. So turn 1, take the flanks, take an objective. Primary was this one, maybe not take the primary. Primary is 2 points. The other ones at 1 point each, and more than your opponent is 1 point. So I could have just taken this one, score 7 points, and then be happy about that. That would have been better, I think, yeah. Anyways, I think this game was, yeah, this was a bad decision, I think. So if you have any thoughts on this, please inform me why. Why I think it's a bad decision is because what I did, I didn't even go for take the flanks. I went for reclaim the realms. Reclaim the realms. With the prime in this quarter, I needed something in this quarter, but that could have been the quest to solve Sworn anyway. But this also only works if I don't give my opponent. I could have still done this actually. Or go in this corner maybe. Like if I can distract the Arkai to go all the way in this corner, or this corner, that would still be quite tempting. Because if they end their turn here, then it is a long stretch to go back into the game. It takes a turn at least. Anyway, let me know what you think of the play here, and as always, I will see you in the next one.